the instant that we're live, we do not say those things. We just don't. And that's us like, okay,
You were wrong.
nanny boo boo, nanny boo boo, and now we're live. Hi, boys and girls. How are you? We're so glad you could join us tonight.
Oh, we're so naughty. Did you like I had a new play on words on the reminder? It was a dream come blue instead of a dream come true. I'm trying to find play on words that include the word blue.
Well, that
like
makes
peekaboo.
that makes obvious sense, and I know it's all because of my blue shirt.
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. That was funny, and even Bob said that was funny. I remember seeing that. By the way, I'm so excited. Tomorrow I get an hour, well, probably a half hour, with one of my heroes, my mentor in writing, John David Mann, and I am so excited about this.
I can't wait to hear how the class goes. Although I don't consider myself a writer for some reason. Andrea does. Did you know I joined her writers group?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I did.
Good.
Because it's an online thing too, and I liked all the people.
Yeah, I think she's a neat lady. I like her a lot.
Oh, she's fun. Yeah, she's fun. I don't know why I consider you a writer, but I don't. I write stuff.
I can type really fast too, so I'm a writer and a typist. I'm a keyboardist. I don't think they call it typing anymore.
There's Debbie Britt and Teresa in June. Hey guys.
I can't see anyone's comments, but I love you all dearly.
What's the code to the green room?
Code to the green room.
Nothing leaves the green room. What's fit in the green room is Peg's on too.
I love this crowd.
I was talking to Peg earlier. She was on the send out cards training thing. She was trying to keep me in line, which was tough.
It's always tough. That's not a new development in my world.
She kept having to say, "Weren't we supposed to be doing cards?" Yeah, that's familiar from what you have. Aren't we supposed to be working on a book or something? Pimpette. Yeah, she pimped me on this one. We're doing, what is it? April 5th, I think it is. April 5th, 6:30 to 7:45.
Right.
And I'm talking about the book.
Right.
And that's,
I love it when you talk about the book. People buy the book when you talk about it. I love that.
I got to line up some more stuff.
Well, I got tickled. I was on the phone with Alexandra Watkins. I guess it was last week.
Oh, you told me.
And we were talking about different names because I may kind of brand the thing where I'll co-write with someone. I'm going to use that as a business model. You and I've proven that it works, and so I'll be doing that. And there's a fee involved in that, and we're trying to come up with a way to brand it. And she loves to have repetitive first letters, and we were goofing off and said, "How about the parable pimp? Is that what will work?"
It would be shocking.
And she likes shocking. I don't think it'll work necessarily for my particular feel of brand, but I got so tickled. And today I was looking, trying to find something that would go with parable. I was struggling. There's a lot.
How about a different word for parable?
I could use fable, but then I'm looking for F words instead of P words, and I'm not sure.
I know some. I know some.
Yeah, I know you do. Green room.
Oh, Peg said that the play. Now, Peg, I don't know. Do you mind if I tell the story about how I know those people? Peg and I were out in Salt Lake City. I got to wait to see if she says yes. Peg and I were in Salt Lake City, and we were sitting with a group of people. I think I got up and left and went to the ladies' room. The parable pimp. I got up and went to the ladies' room, and the other lady, she said, tell it. The other lady that was sitting in our row with her husband said, "What's up with the blue hair?" to Peg. Peg was telling her about the book, and she was saying she runs a networking group on Facebook. Now, Peg's going to correct me because I'm going to tell the story wrong, I'm sure. But Peg said, "Why don't you have Lisa come on and talk? That's how we got this booking." So she pimped me. But that's awesome. But I didn't I did remember what happened. So Peg got sick while we were out there. You might remember that. I think she probably ate something bad. And then I was going to get her something at the like the Rite Aid or something, but from the hotel, it's hard to walk somewhere. And when we were in Salt Lake, it snowed. So I'm out there trying to walk and instead of getting an Uber, which I should have just done, but it looked like stuff was right outside. And at the front desk, they're like, no, it's easily, you can get to it easily. You just go down here, take a left and a right, and all right. So I'm wandering aimlessly without a jacket because I'm insane. I didn't have Pei had food poisoning. I didn't bring a jacket. I just had my Suitco jacket. And that couple that we sat next to that she pimped me to, they drove up and said, where are you going? We'll bring you there. So they brought me to Rite Aid. I ran in and got the stuff, and then they brought me back. It was a little funny that they had their seats down. I think it might have been a rental or they were moving, and they had the back stuffed with stuff. So, and they had bucket seats in the front. So they said, we'll give you the ride if you can get yourself in there. Well, now I'm not sure if you've done the math on this, but I'm not Barbie, really. But I did get myself in the back of that car because I'm thinking, oh, I want to get this job accomplished and I can't see the Rite Aid. So I got in and I get in twice. It was true roomy love. Oh, I felt so bad for you, Peg.
Well, the one thing I will tell you is next time you do that, you take your phone out and you say, you say, hey, Siri.
Oh, to walk to it. Okay.
Take me to Rite Aid or whatever, and she'll do it.
Oh, and then you can do. I don't use it to walk. I usually use it to drive. That's why I didn't think of it. Oh,
I call this my. I shouldn't say this. I'll make the group angry with me. I won't do it.
What?
I have often referred to getting Siri to tell me the directions as my wife in a phone because I don't have to drive. I just told the steering wheel she does all the driving from right there.
Why is that bad?
Because it's talking about wives telling husbands where to turn. So.
Oh, okay.
So I have a question though, because I love to backtrace how stories come out. Yeah. And in this particular case, I was talking about being a parable pimp, and the next thing you do is tell a story about street walking. I'm just confused. That's all.
Street walking.
Street walking to help Peg, so it's all right.
Hey, did you notice on Jenny's thing, I managed to slip in a couple new stories?
You did. I noticed that. I hope everybody caught that. If you guys did not catch Lisa's appearance on the summit, they can't now unless they buy it now, right?
Right.
Yeah. But they can still do the VIP because she still got the VIP thing. And guys, I'm telling you, it would easily be worth it. It's like $97, I think, for the VIP membership.
And you get all the speakers. Yeah.
And you get all the speakers. It's recorded. There's 2 days worth of speakers. And if they're all anywhere as good as what Lisa did on Friday, it'll be worth your money. And I'll highly recommend that. But
I like
you did a great job.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for being supportive right there. That was awesome. And you came on at the end and said, hello, darling.
Hello, darling.
And we all lost it. We like that whole thing.
I get what's happening now is that the older I get, my redneck is paying off.
They don't look at it as redneck anymore. They look at it as Conway-ish.
That's right.
Is that
Conway. Although my hair's, I got a haircut last week, so it's not so tall, but when my hair gets long, it stacks up and it looks a lot like Conway Twitty really did, or a televangelist. I always tell you, if I could be a TV preacher, I could go around and going, heal. But that's funny. So Pick, do you mind if I tell one and then you can talk about it because that is something we haven't. Okay, so I think people assume, which you probably did before you got to know me, that I actually have some confidence. And that couldn't actually be further from the truth. I have so little confidence, and well, I wouldn't say no confidence myself, or I wouldn't be able to live here by myself. But I have to trick myself. Thanks, Peg. I just saw your comment.
It's working for you.
I'm sorry. I am like the worst ADD kid in the world. Because I can't really pay attention to the chat, but once you're talking, I can glance over there and go, "Oh, that was funny! Great job, Peg! I like that." I'm sorry. Now, meanwhile, back at Lisa's story about confidence.
About confidence. Okay, so I actually have to trick myself into believing whatever I'm doing is about something else to do what I have to do. So, for example, what I told on the show, when I got invited to speak in Ireland, actually England first, they had other people in mind to do it, and no one would do it because they didn't want us to do the speaking part of it, which is the whole thing, really. Right. You don't get the treatment if you don't do the job. So, but all I could think of was if I do something like that, not only in the short run will I get all this extra special treatment, which at the time I did the first one, I didn't know about that.
Right.
But I said, yeah, they're going to pay my plane ticket. And I haven't been there. And it's going to be extremely uncomfortable because I haven't done this before and I don't have the right clothes and all that stuff. That's one of the cats. Sorry. That's a cat. That sounds
like
bad.
Something talking.
Yeah, no, it does. No, that's Kissy gonna
meow. If you stop, I'm going to scratch you. Meow.
So to go to England. Oh, that's the cat. That's nice. So
to go the wonders of live TV, right, or whatever we call
it. That's fabulous. Yeah. I didn't know what it was involved. I knew I was going to have to speak. I did ask him how much so that I had my PowerPoint ready, which I only use PowerPoint for the pictures. But so I had that part worked out. So I only had maybe 40 minutes. It wasn't even, I was used to doing 2 hours. So I was like, wow, I get to spend it and go over there. But it was extremely uncomfortable. But I said, you know what? I'm going to be able to use this and tell this story for years. I'm going to get other speaking from it, which I did. I'm going to meet a whole bunch more people that are going to know what I do. And out of all the people in the U.S., all the other senior executives, these guys in England and Ireland are only going to know me because I'm the only one going. Right. And all of that happened. All of that came true. But I had to think of that and trick myself into doing it because standing up there in front of all these people, I knew no one. No one. Literally the first time I knew absolutely no one. And they were, of course, it was different than when I did stuff here. They assigned me a handler that and they sent a car to pick me up, but a lady stayed with me the whole time. Right. And made sure I stuck on the schedule and made sure I was where I was supposed to be and all that stuff. And it was funny because she kept saying stuff like, is that what you brought to wear? Like, because I didn't dress like they expected. I guess I didn't have fancy clothes and stuff, so I don't know. But that's, to me, the point of the story and the point of telling it on Jenny's thing was, I don't think that you have to have confidence to do your job or do what needs to be done to get what you need done to get your job done or make it big. You don't need the confidence ahead. I mean, after a while, I think I got more confidence doing that stuff. And every time I do new stuff, like when we did the audio, I think that I could do that with you helping a second time without it being a major drama that it was the first time. I'm glad I didn't do that when I went to I didn't have a meltdown like that because I don't know. I didn't. But anyway.
In the middle of your thing over there, did you sneak your hand up?
You know what I did do, which I shouldn't have, the third trip, because I went to England once, Ireland once, and then England again. The second England one, I was just kidding around. I was messing with them. And the handler was someone different that I didn't know. And I said to her at the last minute before I went on, I don't think I could do this. And I was kidding with her. And she like, out. She did. She freaked out. I was like, "Oh no, I'm kidding. I can do this. I'm good. I'm good." I realized at that moment that's not something you kid about with your handler.
So said the CIA. I'm kidding. I've never worked for the CIA, and they're listening to this broadcast, I'm sure. So I love the CIA. They're great. They're awesome.
Haven't you gone and done speaking where they've assigned a person to you like that, though?
No, I'm pretty self-contained as I've gone to do things. In fact, I even booked my own travel. They pay the travel, but I book it. I do everything. I want my own control over that.
That's only happened within corporate Avon,
right?
And they don't have the companies connected, so it was actually like it go into a different company, but and they were they treated me like an executive.
When you put it in that context, then yes, I have, because when I was still a state manager with Aflac, they would often do things like that. You know, as a matter of fact, I remember a trip to Reno that we got picked up in a limo to go
Yeah.
to Lake Tahoe. And that was an hour plus drive up there. So,
Yeah,
but
I think the whole reason I wanted to say it is about the confidence thing.
okay.
Now, men generally, this is just my experience. You can tell me what you think. Either fake it better than women or have more confidence than women out and out. Or do you think you guys fake it better?
Well, here's my thoughts on that. First off, I can't answer for anybody else other than me, because so I can't say what men think. I can say what this man thinks. In my case, I have not had a huge amount of confidence as I was learning to do things. Confidence came with experience. And that my thoughts on the whole idea of confidence is convenience, but it's not a requirement.
Yeah.
Convenient, but not a requirement. You could still go out and do exactly what you've done in your career. People can go out and be successful at anything without the confidence. If there is anything that I would say, probably that I would add to the mix of that, there's an old saying that I've never really cared for, to be honest with you, and it's called "fake it till you make it."
Oh, yeah.
I've never really cared for that thought process because it doesn't seem very genuine, or my word I like to throw in that you're not so fond of, authentic, when you do that. But that being said, this is one area that kind of does match up right, because you don't have to be confident in order to get your job done. And you actually can, at times, as you can walk onto a stage, or you can walk into your life stage, whatever that might be at the moment. And then I heard a preacher one time say, you pretend like it is so in order for it to be so. So just step into your
Well, yeah, and I thought of that because I still have that problem today. And you know, when I say this, you'll be like, yeah. But like when I went to England,
Mhm.
I kept thinking, well, I'm not a big deal, so I'm just the one willing to do it. That's why they're having me, right? So, right, right. But
You're a bigger deal than you've ever given yourself credit for. So.
okay. But that I think that I it, I'm getting all tongue tied about it. I don't think I have to have the confidence in order to do it. Once I get on stage, I can do that job.
Absolutely, and you do it well.
You don't know? Oh, on
Everything
Zoom.
every podcast I've seen you on, you're in that element. And so, yes,
Okay. So it's kind of the same?
haven't seen your
Okay.
feet on the stage, but I've seen you do
Yeah.
what you do.
I think the stage actually is better for me because I usually use a handheld and I can use the mic to do funny things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, like the one
Green room. Okay.
not that funny. No, Liza likes it because what one of the stories is, oh, I know, when I had the big sign on my front lawn and they came out and did a story on it,
Mhm.
and the front page article was supposed to be about the sign, but it had my name, Avon, my mailing address. I mean, everything. It had another. And what I do is I take the mic and I go, it was practically an ad. And it just sounds like God saying it, you know what I mean? And it's
Well,
just funny.
when I'm on stage, I like to either have a lavalier, the little lapel mic, or the over the ear
Oh,
in
I've done
front of my
that
mouth
too,
thing,
yeah.
because I am a very expressive person. Right now, I have my hands in my pocket to keep from doing this the whole time. But I'm a very hands expressive person. And so when I get on a stage, I'll go from side to side. I'll play with the audience. I'll make them stand up. It's so funny for my keynote address that I do. And shh, y'all don't tell anybody this, okay? All right. Now, my keynote address that I do, at the end of it, I will have everybody standing up and I have them do a positive affirmation. And then it's kind of fun. And usually the talk's been pretty fun and all that. And so when I finish it up, I'll say, good night, you guys. I love you. They're already standing up. I get a standing ovation with every keynote I've ever done.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, Peg says it's working for you. It's working for you. Speaking in your Conway
Jason's here
voice is
tonight.
working for you. Yeah, Jason's on. Yay!
I like
I'm not
Jason. Jason is like enthusiasm just oozing out all over the place. It's so
Oh,
fun.
yeah, Jason is. Yeah, I like that we having nicknames for everybody in the group. That's fun. Like French Toast and JJ Dynamite. I like all that stuff. Peg said imposter syndrome. What is that? Do you know,
Imposter
Howie?
syndrome is where you start to step into a leadership role in whatever you're doing, or if you're expanding your message to a national level, like what Blue Hair is doing for you. Obviously, we already had that with Avon, but even just it's amplifying your voice. When you step into that leadership role, most of us, even if we're good at what we do, we have a little bit of this. Oh, if they know it's really me, they're not. It's like you said on the show. They're gonna make you pay for your own airfare if they knew it was really you. And that's just not feeling like your confidence is up there, that because you see all of your flaws, and then that whole thing is kind of called imposter syndrome. And it's where you feel like, okay, I'm getting a presence, I'm getting a message, but if they know I'm not, if they know I'm fallible, I'm not infallible, if they know how something up we really are behind the scenes. You knew I wanted to say it so bad, didn't you?
You were so tempted to say something. Don't.
I don't say those words.
Green room.
All right. But it's that thing where we, each of us, and I've known people with huge international personas that still have the same issue, because we know our errors, and we know our mistakes, and we know we're not perfect, and yet we're up here espousing the message, and it's a good message, and people gain from that, and they take that message and they go do things that change their life. But inside, we all have a little bit of that imposter syndrome that says, wow, if they knew all of my warts and pickles, they wouldn't like this. That doesn't make any sense, warts and pickles, but I can make these phrases up because I'm an author now.
Me too.
Speaking of authors,
that is funny. A funny way to say that. Jason said, "Hey, blue hair and blue shirt." Yeah, she's got a blue shirt on today. You changed though. Yeah,
that was last week. I changed.
I thought you changed today.
Huh.
No, you left for a minute.
Well, that was because I needed a coffee refill.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, my coffee color changed. That's what happened.
I'm sure it did.
Speaking of authors, again, you guys have heard me talk about this forever. John David Mann is my favorite author. He is. He and Bob Berg went together to do the Go Giver series. Millions of sold. Okay, he's that good. He has a great series out with Brandon Webb that's just fiction.
And he's
murder
a
mysteries.
Genius.
He's a total genius.
Mann is a genius, and I'm not just saying that. He was a professional cellist.
Yes.
And he started a school when he was in high school.
Yeah, he's got a great story, and his wife Anna is also one of my favorite people. She's a clinical psychologist and a coach, and just one of my very favorite people in the world. I consider them both good friends. And next week on our Thursday night show, guess what, folks? They will be here. So promote it like crazy. Let's get a bunch of people in here. Yeah. We always have a certain amount that watch it live. I think last week I noticed that within the first hour we had like 100 or 200 views. So I know we got a lot of people watching it after the fact.
Well, it doesn't show the live count on all three platforms, I don't believe, because it's on the Facebook group and LinkedIn and my regular wall now, and it doesn't show the count right. And I don't think I see all the comments either. So
I try to make sure I see them, but it's very difficult to go into all the different things and reply, because one of the things I try to do is it's like what Bob Berg does. Every time somebody makes a comment, I want to reply. Thank you for being here. I want to make them feel
you guys are better at that than me. It gets overwhelming quick when you have
you got a lot to keep up with, though.
300 comments on one post. And I'm trying to do 4 or 5 posts a day. It's like, and what's funny? The ones that take off, it's hard to tell sometimes. Like I just got one that I think it's 290 or something like that for my cat's back. It's the cat not paying attention to me. The cat's not facing me. The cat's facing the other way. And I said, Maisie does not care what I'm about to say one little bit. And there was like 300 comments on that.
Jason, I saw your comment that says, I don't think you guys can see my comment.
Yeah, we can see you. Yeah, we can see you. So you're on LinkedIn and it's showing, and it says LinkedIn in the little thing. So I don't know. Somebody last week said that they said something and I didn't see it. Maybe it was just that I didn't see it. That could be.
It's interesting, right? I never noticed that before because I can't multitask at all.
The little LinkedIn thing.
The little icon thing. So that's good.
Yeah.
And normally Harjeet watches through LinkedIn as well.
A lot of people do watch the replay, though. I do know that. Oh, you can. Yes, we can. That's awesome. So, what was the other thing? Oh, we're still chugging along doing things. I sent out another wristband today from someone I met. So if you're watching this and would like a wristband, make sure you private message me and I'll send you one right out. Oh, good man. So you get a wristband and a bookmark. So since we don't ship the books from here, I want to make sure you get your swag. Yep. So just send it to me and they are free. Jason said, what is one thing you like and one thing you hate about each other?
I don't have anything I hate. One thing that I like is Lisa doesn't have any real clue how good she is. So her humbleness is just a part of who she is. And I think that's hilarious because she's really is. She's got a lot more going for her than she gives herself credit for. But my favorite thing that she says by far, every time she's doing any kind of a show or whatever, she'll start telling about the comment about when she first had blue hair and how it makes you less judgmental. She says that my favorite phrase, even had her a hoodie made up, says, "This is working for me." By the way, she doesn't put the head movement in there, but I do. This is working for me.
The head movement. Shazam. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I don't know. I like a bunch of stuff about you.
What, like my coffee?
I'm trying to think of if I don't like something about you. I don't know. I don't know about that, but there's a bunch.
I'm really short on screen because I'm looking at it right there, and I'm only about that tall. It looks like on screen. So I'm really short.
No, you and I are closer in height than most people would think. I think because I remember in the picture when I met you in person. Most people don't know we've only met each other once.
Right.
Yeah,
we spent so many hours on Zoom. It's like we've known each other forever, but we've met each other in person one time.
Yeah, that is neat. It is funny. I think there's a few people in your life you meet where, for whatever reason, you just connect with them. You have enough stuff in common, or you work well together, or whatever it is. You're just one of those people for me.
Right.
So it's been great working with you. So I like a bunch of stuff. I'm. Let's see, hugely surprised you're willing to work with me. That sounds bad. But I mean, you're so
accomplished. That humbleness of yours.
Well, right. Yeah. No, it's because I know, like Bob says, I'm number 5 in the world, and it's US. So I mean,
but that also, you're probably in the world. They just don't track the world. If you're number 5 in the US, you're probably number 5 in the world.
Well, that could be.
I know one thing you don't like about me.
What?
When we're making recordings of audiobooks and I'm in your ear, say, okay, go back and say what's on the page.
Well, believe it or not, I was grateful that you were willing to do it.
And you gave me permission ahead of time to do that.
I gave you permission ahead of time. That wasn't about you in particular. That's why I don't say that if someone asks me. It's because that's why I work for myself. I mean, I can't even have a boss. What? What are you doing?
We were doing Zoom calls on the audiobook. Lisa's got the stuff on there. And so she got the headphones on, but she's listening to me because I'm on a Zoom call with her to coach her as she's delivering the lines into her computer. And then I take the files and I produce the audiobook. But every now and then you'd see her little hand coming up from the bottom of the screen like this. It didn't have all these fingers up. It was something different, but similar. And I laughed.
Well, and you were so calm about it mostly. One time you lost your cool. Yeah, that time you lost your cool, then I fell to pieces like an idiot. But anyway, mostly you were like, read the words on the page, go back and read that again, read that a little slower. I mean, you were really coaching and doing, a pretty even keel there until you got mad. No, you only did that once. You were good.
It was a tough day for both of us that day.
I kept thinking to myself, he's probably wondering how I get up and walk around in this world because I just wasn't getting it. And I just don't know what that was about. I think what were we under pressure to get it done too?
Well, I was just trying to get it done to finish the project up, because we didn't decide to do the audiobook till the very end.
Oh, because of Doug.
That created a little bit of a time crunch on mine because it's a learning curve for me too on that. But on future projects, my goal will be that everything gets released at one time.
Oh, and Jason, that's one thing I think is the awesomest about Mr. West. Okay. He and I are about the same age. He says I'm younger, but it's minuscule amount.
I'm 103.
Right. And I'm 40. So I guess, yeah. Okay. So
age
anyway, but you are willing to learn new stuff. You just go out and do it. You don't whine about it like I do. You actually just tackle it, learn it, do it, and then keep getting better at it. If I have to learn something new, I obviously whine, cry, and look for a massive amount of support.
Put that clown back in the trunk.
Right. Hey,
Jason,
clowns alone. Jason said, "Are we willing to share our MBTI profiles?"
I have no idea what that is.
I'm not sure about the MBTI ones. He must have been listening to that thing we did with Jenny. I don't know if it's MBTI, the one that I was referring to, but I'm equal of the leader one and the I one. Those two are my equal
ones. That's the DISC one, I think.
Oh, right. Oh, that's DISC, right. That is DISC.
And I've done that one, and I've done the Colby with Kathy Tajanel, which I think is a great thing for people to do.
How did your DISC come out?
High D, high
I. Is D the leadership one? No. Yes. So we're the same.
Yeah, very, very. The I is the inspirational part. The D is the. What was it?
I thought that was leader or something. Oh, Myers-Briggs. Yeah. Myers-Briggs is MBTI.
Okay.
So we're about the same on that then. I'm surprised because you're a detail-oriented number man in my book.
I think the D part might have something to do with it. It's been so long I don't remember. By the way, on the Myers-Briggs, my oldest daughter, Lindsay, is a counselor at Volunteer State University in Tennessee. And she has a master's degree in counseling, and she administers the Myers-Briggs test. She's certified to administer that. So maybe.
Peg said do the other one. Peg said do the bank code. Put the link in the comments. I did. This is the bank code one. I even printed off the little thing. I'm NABK. If anybody's interested in my.
Well, there you go.
So we did this with. Peg. So if you want to get with Peg Duchesne, she'll do the bank code with you. Now that we've
got electronics, I don't even go to the BANK. Unless my actual true story. This is way too much information for the group, and we're already over time. But I go to the bank when I'm in the town there to go. I use a little small town bank that they're not one of these big conglomerates. When you walk in the door, they know your name. The vice president of the bank comes out to say hello to me every time I go in there. They get to know you so well. I literally had someone try to steal my identity about 4 years ago.
Wow.
And they had gotten hold of my social security number and all this. They called the bank to tell them they were me and they needed to put some money in the account, and they didn't have the account number. They wanted the account number. And the girl on the phone recognized it wasn't my voice. That's how good this bank is. I love it.
That recognize how distinctive your voice is.
Are you saying that I walked into that bank going, "Hello, darling"?
I wouldn't put it past you.
Actually,
you big flirt.
Hey, Peg's put her link there in the thing about doing that test. Anything Peg's doing is worthwhile.
Me, Jason, and Peg all have NABK.
There you go.
All have the same thing.
That sounds like you're trying to spell bank, but you're all dyslexic, and I'm just going to pray for you. That's what.
And it's 90 seconds. Yeah, and that was really good too. Yeah. That was awesome.
Cool.
So yes, indeed.
We're over time.
Okay. Oh, yes, sirree, Bob. I mean, yes, sir. Yes, sirree, Jeff.
My name's not Bob. He's our mentor, but I'm not Bob. My next bracelet's going to be, what would Bob do?
Did you see what Bob did? This is a shout out to Bob Berg. I was like, oh, when I got the trophy from Avon, he posted and put a plug in the book for me. Oh, that is so awesome. Because Bob is like wicked famous. And everybody's like, oh my God, Bob Berg said something nice about you. I said, I know. That was so awesome.
That's a good day.
That was awesome. So, okay, we're going to go and what are we working on? We're working on the Amazon reviews. We're up to 53.
Please, even if you don't do a whole review, go on and do a rating.
Yeah,
If you
2 or
want to
3
put a
pages.
2 or 3 sentence review, that's great, but at least go on and do a rating.
Because you're right, because the number there is the one I'm looking at. So I know you said they're different numbers.
Yeah, what you're looking at is the number of ratings. When the big numbers, the ratings, and then if you go drill down, you'll find how many are with reviews.
But the other people aren't drilling down either.
Oh,
so cool. I don't mind if that number up there is the 100. That would work for me.
We need to send out an at everyone things and just go put a rating. If nothing else, go put a rating.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But there's like on the books that we want to be like my Go Giver is always going to be my pinnacle goal on that, and it's like 7,000 of those reviews.
But they have years and years on us. We're not even. They've got years on us. We're not even 6 months in.
We're just getting started. We're babies.
I'm like, give me a chance here, pal.
I got total faith in you, darling. I got total faith in you, darling.
Darling, oh God. I love it when you talk like that.
I know.
Okay, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. Make sure you come next week for the Mans. Yeah. Because that's going to be an awesome show.
It's so funny that it is the Mans, but I want to say the men because you're saying the Mans, but it's like it's the men. It is the Mans.
Yes,
John David. Anna is definitely not a man. She's on a man, but she's not a man. She's not a male. This is so confusing.
You need more coffee, really.
And it said the lady with the blue hair on my coffee mug.
Said the lady with the blue hair. Okay, everybody. We'll see you soon. Thank you. Love you very much, and we'll talk to you later.